Yeah, welcome back to the studio here where we just witnessed our second game and it was a 2-0 for basically unknown and nobody predicted that. Nobody.
None of us, yeah. Nope. We all got it wrong.
And the best thing is about this result is that it's keeping the dream alive, because we said at the start of the show with the standings that we saw, they need to win every single game because otherwise they probably don't have much chance to make it through to DreamHack Summer. So
yeah, this makes the whole league on its own just way more interesting to watch. Like,
yeah,
because it's like the first and second Dream League, we had these teams that just didn't win any games, and some of the games are just like it doesn't even matter. But at least this way, every team can still compete in the tournament.
That is actually still true.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look too at who they have left to play, they actually could win out. It's not super likely, but it's possible.
Yeah.
So what was the story for you for this game?
You know, I feel like the story of both games is kind of the same, where it was NiP had a pretty sizable lead mid-game, and then they took some bad fights, and the whole thing just fell apart. And I guess in this case, it was a combination of taking a few not great fights and, you know, just inaction, letting the Slark get a lot of things.
Yeah, like basically Unknown's first 3 smoke ganks just got absolutely nothing. Like, there was one where they smoked directly into their woods and they walked right into their team. They had the mecha and Shadow Fiend and just healed everyone up. Then they went bottom. They took another big team fight, just didn't get anything out of it. And then the Slack goes for a Midas, like really late Midas. And then it's like, there was a period where Era had the Aegis and the ORP was down and they just, I don't know, they were hesitant to push and it kind of backfired. They didn't expect maybe Slark to farm as quickly as he did on, like Nico played really well.
Yeah, Slark went from having nothing but a Midas and Yasha to having like 5 items in, you know, 20 minutes or whatever.
The empower, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was really successful, and we also had quite a few fights this game. Not as many as we saw yesterday. Actually, in terms of comparison, the casters mentioned it as well. It was a bit more slow-paced in terms of kills, but we did manage to select one for you for the drawing board.
Welcome to the drawing board. So the clip I've selected is for all you support players out there. Basically, we have like the dream Witch Doctor position him with his death ward. It is like legit. All right.
The dream.
It really is. Like,
yeah, with an acronyms as well.
It's just, when I saw this inside, I actually kind of sat up.
But he's already invisible right now.
Yeah.
There
so
he goes.
here's the man in here. He kind of walks around the bushes like a little ninja, and let's play this clip and see what happens. So Arise gets a pretty decent RP as far as I remember, and then so they all kind of push forward into this little area, and look at the man in here. It is like there is no way to actually.
So far away.
He's so far away.
So good though.
It's the full duration on all of them. Like.
It's on the other side of the woods. Look how far away he is.
This is the panic. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, what do we even do against this? Like,
see the pings coming out. He's in the forest somewhere. He's in the forest somewhere. Don't stand close to it. Don't stand close to it.
He's so happy.
Run.
Someone find him.
And this team fight was going like extremely in NiP's favor if it wasn't for that ward.
And he still had a cask as well. Just, you know, helping out, killing off the Shadow Fiend as well.
Oh my God, the dream.
It was actually like, yeah, the dream. That's what you go for. I mean. Your team gives you the freedom to farm an Ags. He only had brown boots and an Ags, I believe, at that point, but he got pretty rich.
That wasn't even the only one. He did that like 3 or 4 times in the game.
He almost killed the Shadow Fiend and who else? He almost killed 2 people bottom. Yeah. It was just him.
It was the Centaur and the Shadow Fiend. If there was a Maledict on them as well, that would have been 2 kills. But they were standing pretty far apart, which gave them time to attack. Like if they were standing really next to each other, done deal maybe. Who knows? I think maybe done deal.
Maybe.
Yeah, no one knows. Dream. No one knows. We'll never find out. I believe we soon also have an interview ready. So let's take a look, or let's take a listen to Arise. Hello, Arise. Welcome back.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can for sure.
All right.
Nice to hear you again.
Yeah, me too.
It's been a while, that's for sure. But so far, I mean, you're still in it, so that's going great. But I'm actually really curious. Magnus, why was he ignored in the first game?
Because we're not playing Mag at all in scrims. Like, we just don't pick it. I don't pick it because it's pointless to play it in scrims. And we play something else. And I knew, I mean, maybe I was wrong, but I was like, they will expect that I'm going to pick Mag, but I'm not going to pick it as I play a lot of co-op as well. We play safe lane, and co-op is, I think it's by far a really good opening. Like if you open with Queen, it can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Mid, off lane, safe lane. You know, they don't really know. They can just guess, and that's it.
Yeah, they were even forced to ban out the Quap in the second game.
Yep, Queen is really strong. But these 2 games, we got smashed in the early game. Because, like, in the first game, we didn't really get that smashed. But in the second game, we had greedy lineup. Like, in the beginning, like Slark, Disruptor, you know, Witch Doctor, they're really weak in these first levels. And they can just, with the lineup they had, they can just go at you and kill you. But I think I managed to salvage the game a bit with my Blink.
Yeah.
I bought like 2 smokes because people were quite sad. Like the Slark was not having a good time. Shaker was doing really well, at least from what I've heard from him. He was saying like, "I'm doing really well. I'm gonna destroy them." Like, all right, dudes. And that's it. This kind of games, it's all on me because if you watch the game, we didn't have golden supports, and I had to buy 2 smokes to use it, and we really had. We were so unlucky at the first smoke, if you remember.
Yeah, I saw you walk right into the
jungle, and they had the mech as well on the SF. It was really close.
Right, so I have a question about that actually. When you, in both games, Nico Baby goes for a Midas when you're like really, really far behind. Like, is that because you're like really confident in your high ground defense with these lineups, like with the Disruptor?
I just think he's just crazy. Like he knows I'm playing Mag. He's gonna be like, it's all right. I have this dumpster player. He's gonna empower me now, cleave everyone. Yeah, Nico is like he's crazy. But yeah, like he's crazy. He just goes for this. Like most of the time, he decides for himself the items. Like we also talk, but when he thinks he can go Midas, he goes Midas. He doesn't really care. Like he'll just go Midas. It's whatever. I think it was a good pickup because I don't know what he could have done with Shadow because they were so tanky.
Yeah, they were grouping up together with the mechanism as well. Yeah.
Yep.
So when you're in a game like that and you're losing fairly hard, you know, at the 20, 30-minute mark or whatever it was, which sort of happened in both games. What's your mindset like when you're kind of like looking at how you want to come back?
I'm never scared even if I'm losing because I know I can turn a fight with some clutch play. Like it's really like that. When I play this hero, I don't really care what I play against. I'm just gonna play because if you watch in the beginning, this SF got a first spot and he had Necromastery.
Yeah,
he had 15 souls at level 1. He had so much damage. It's so hard for a Mag to see us. If you don't go Empower level 1, I wanted to skill Empower, but when I clicked on it and I saw 15 souls, I was like, all right, boys, we lost.
How frustrating is it? Oh, sorry.
And I had a rough game, but I think he did a really big mistake by moving top because he gave me space. I took like 2 waves and I recovered. So, I mean, whatever. But yeah, most of the times we just try to do things so we can get back into the game. Like if I have a shit game, I can baby rage a bit, but not like just crying, just pointing out what we should do and stuff like that. But we just try to do stuff. If you see even these smokes, even if we fail, fuck it. Sorry for my language. Just try it. Like you need to try to do stuff. If you don't try it, just don't play the game. Stay in base, AFK, and eat your fountain. You know.
It's a good attitude, actually.
Yeah. So you have a new player, or at least stand-in, Relax. How is he working out? And is he going to be your standard offlaner, or is it? Are you still testing out players?
Had, some communication problems and. Because he's Russian, he speaks English, but he's not really clear in what he says, you know, because, you know, the Russian accent and he doesn't know too much English. And also, we were not having synergy between him and us. We felt like we're not playing well, it's not working. And I talked to Relax because I knew he's not playing with Elsie. And I asked him if he wants to try us because I knew he's a really good player and he was a captain as well. He makes a lot of calls. He has a solid input on the draft. Like he's a good player. And for now, we're just playing with him.
Yeah, it looked really good today. A lot of synergy going on as well, especially when it came to late game fights with the Earthshaker Echoes.
It's all about Stoman and Dota.
Yeah. That witch doctor. Holy crap.
I don't know who he is. Like, I didn't know. I never heard about it. Like, he's, like, I don't know. I need to, I don't know.
He's your teammate.
That guy is, he's a monster player.
Hey, you owe him a beer now after that.
Yeah.
That ultimate was pretty sick. So we're going to let you go, though, for the evening because it has been a long day. And you're playing again tomorrow against Vega Squadron. So perhaps we'll talk to you again afterwards?
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Well, any shout-outs or plugins before we let you go?
Shout out to my team. And shout out to my fan, my viewers, the dumpster viewers. Later.
Okay, well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us, and have a good evening.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye. That, of course, was a rise from basically unknown after 2 wins today, and they have still got quite a few matches to go, 2 of which are going to be happening tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to actually be 2 series. We're going to have 2 Vega series, actually, and then